Cristiano Ronaldo's story is not just about goals or trophies. It's about a young boy who refused to give up when life was hardest. From poverty to global fame, from tears to triumphs, every moment built his unshakable spirit. Stay with me, because this story may change how you see success forever. Cristiano Ronaldo was born in 1985 on the small island of Madeira, far from the lights of fame or luxury. His father worked as a gardener, cleaning and taking care of equipment at a local football club. His mother cooked and cleaned for other families to keep food on the table. Life was not easy. Sometimes, there was barely enough to eat, and dreams seemed like a luxury they could not afford. Yet, even in poverty, young Ronaldo had something money could not buy: passion. He was a ball of energy, always running, always smiling, always chasing something. Every street became a football field, every wall a goalpost. He played barefoot with his friends until his feet bled, but he never cared. The game gave him freedom, and that was enough. At the age of 8, Ronaldo joined a small local club called Madeira, where his father worked. He was tiny, but his speed and focus made him stand out. The coaches saw something different in the boy, a fire that never went out. Every practice, he arrived early and left last. He was obsessed with getting better. Football was not just a game for him, it was a way out. When he turned 12, a huge decision changed his life forever. Ronaldo left his family and his island to join the Sporting CP Academy in Lisbon. It was his first time away from home, and it was painful. He missed his mother deeply, often crying alone in his small dorm room. The city felt cold and unfamiliar, and the other boys sometimes laughed at his accent and clothes. Yet, every time he wanted to give up, he remembered his mother's words: "If you want to change our life, don't give up." Those words became his compass. He trained harder than everyone else, pushing through exhaustion and homesickness. He believed that success would come if he worked longer, ran faster, and practiced more. Then, when he was just 15, disaster nearly ended everything. Doctors discovered that his heart was beating too fast, a condition that could kill his career before it began. He was told he might never play again unless he took a risk. Ronaldo chose courage. He agreed to a delicate surgery that could fix the problem or take it all away. The operation was successful, and just a few days later, he returned to the training field. His coaches could not believe it. He was faster, hungrier, and stronger than before. That moment was not only the start of his career, it was the birth of his unbreakable spirit. From that point, Ronaldo knew that nothing could stop him. Not fear. Not pain. Not even fate itself. In 2003, an 18-year-old boy from Madeira stepped onto the pitch for a friendly match between Sporting CP and Manchester United. His name was Cristiano Ronaldo. That night, he danced with the ball as if it was a part of him. His footwork was fast, fearless, and full of imagination. Manchester United's players could not stop him, and even their legendary coach, Sir Alex Ferguson, was amazed. After the game, Ferguson made a decision that would change football forever. He signed the young Portuguese winger and brought him to England. For Ronaldo, this was both a dream and a storm. He arrived in Manchester full of excitement, but also fear. He did not speak English well, the weather was cold and grey, and the style of football was rough and fast. His new teammates were not immediately impressed. Some even thought he was just a show-off with fancy tricks. They called him the kid with too many step-overs. Yet, behind that confidence, Ronaldo felt pressure. He was far from home again, surrounded by giants of the game. Many players in his position would have broken down. Ronaldo did not. He stayed late after every training session, practicing free kicks and dribbling alone under the floodlights. He watched videos of great players, studied his mistakes, and made a silent promise to himself, to become the best. His daily routine was almost like a monk's discipline. He ate clean food, avoided sweets and alcohol, and never went to wild parties. He focused on recovery, rest, and repetition. While others enjoyed weekends, he trained. His body became stronger, faster, and sharper. His teammates soon noticed the change. The boy they once doubted started to dominate matches with speed, power, and precision. Sir Alex Ferguson became his mentor. He taught Ronaldo not only how to win but how to think like a champion. Ferguson once said, "Cristiano is the most dedicated player I have ever coached." That dedication soon brought results. In the 2006 and 2007 seasons, Ronaldo transformed into a goal machine, scoring from free kicks, headers, and impossible angles. His confidence soared, and Manchester United soared with him. Then came the golden year, 2008. Ronaldo helped Manchester United win both the Premier League and the Champions League. In the final against Chelsea, he scored a crucial goal with a powerful header. Later that year, he received the Ballon d'Or, the award for the best football player in the world, at only 23 years old. It was the first of many, but to Ronaldo, it meant something deeper. It was proof that hard work beats everything. He once said, "Talent is nothing without work." Those words became his life philosophy. Ronaldo showed the world that success is not about luck or gifts. It is about hours of unseen effort, sacrifice, and belief. From a poor boy who once played barefoot, he had become the brightest star in world football. Not because he was born great, but because he built greatness one training session at a time. In the summer of 2009, Cristiano Ronaldo made the move that shook the football world. Real Madrid paid a record transfer fee to bring him from Manchester United, the most expensive signing in football history at the time. Cameras flashed, fans screamed, and headlines exploded. More than 80,000 people filled the Santiago Bernabéu stadium just to welcome him. It was not just a transfer. It was a declaration of expectation. The world demanded greatness. The pressure was unimaginable. Every touch, every shot, every word he spoke was judged. Some doubted that anyone could live up to such hype. Others compared him endlessly to Lionel Messi, his rival from Barcelona. The Spanish media loved the rivalry. They called it a war of legends. Yet for Ronaldo, it was never about fighting someone else. It was about fighting himself, to be better than he was yesterday. Instead of letting pressure crush him, Ronaldo turned it into fuel. He trained longer than everyone else. When his teammates went home, he stayed on the pitch practicing free kicks, penalties, and sprints. His work ethic became legendary. He wanted to prove that he was worth every euro Madrid paid for him. The first years were hard. Barcelona, led by Messi, dominated world football. Critics said Ronaldo could not shine in Spain. He answered with goals. Hundreds of them. Season after season, he broke records once thought unbreakable. He became the fastest player in Real Madrid history to reach 100 goals. Then 200. Then 300. He scored with his head, his left foot, his right foot, from impossible distances, in the air, on the ground, from every angle imaginable. Yet, what made Ronaldo truly special was not only his numbers. It was his mindset. He never lost focus, never allowed success to slow him down. Each game was another test, another chance to improve. His mantra was simple but powerful: focus on being better than yesterday. The rivalry with Messi became a story for the ages. They pushed each other beyond limits. Every time Messi scored a hat trick, Ronaldo wanted to score 4. Every time Messi won an award, Ronaldo trained harder. It was not hatred. it was motivation. He once said, "Without great competition, you cannot grow." Their silent battle lifted football to heights no one had seen before. Between 2016 and 2018, Ronaldo reached his peak. He led Real Madrid to 3 consecutive Champions League titles, a miracle in modern football. In the finals, when the pressure was highest, Ronaldo delivered again and again. He became the all-time top scorer in Champions League history, and one of the most successful players ever to wear the white shirt of Madrid. Off the field, he grew into a global icon. His confidence, discipline, and relentless pursuit of excellence inspired millions. Children all over the world copied his celebration, shouting, "See you," after scoring in parks and playgrounds. Yet behind that joy stood a lifetime of hard work, pain, and sacrifice. By the time Ronaldo left Madrid in 2018, he had rewritten history. 4 Ballon d'Or titles, countless records, and a legacy that made him immortal in football. But more important than trophies was the message his journey sent: pressure does not destroy the strong, it shapes them. For Ronaldo, greatness was never a gift. It was a habit, built day after day, in silence, when no one was watching. In 2018, at the age of 33, Cristiano Ronaldo made a move that shocked the football world once again. After nearly a decade of glory at Real Madrid, many believed he had reached the end of his prime. Some said his best days were behind him. Others whispered that the new generation had taken over. Ronaldo heard every word, and decided to answer the only way he knew how: by proving them wrong. He joined Juventus, the Italian champions, in a new league, a new country, and a new language. For most players, 33 is an age of slowing down. For Ronaldo, it was just another challenge. He arrived in Turin with the same fire that had driven him since childhood. His goal was not only to win trophies but to show the world that discipline and hunger can defeat time itself. At Juventus, the expectations were enormous. Fans wondered if he could dominate Serie A as he had done in England and Spain. The Italian league was known for its strong defenses and tactical play, but Ronaldo adapted quickly. He studied, trained, and refined his movements. Every meal, every workout, every hour of rest was planned with precision. His teammates often said he was the first to arrive at training and the last to leave. The turning point came in a legendary Champions League night against Atletico Madrid. Juventus had lost the first leg 2-0, and the critics were loud again. "Ronaldo cannot do it anymore," they said. On the second leg, under the lights in Turin, he answered with a hat trick, 3 goals that sent Juventus through to the next round. The stadium exploded. It was not just victory. It was a statement. Age was nothing but a number. That performance became one of the most iconic moments of his career. It reminded the world that Ronaldo was not just a player. He was a symbol of persistence. He refused to accept limits, whether set by others or by time itself. In the years that followed, Ronaldo continued to break records. He became the first player in history to score 50 goals in each of the 3 toughest leagues, the Premier League, La Liga, and Serie A. No one had ever done it before. Each goal was proof of his consistency, a reminder that greatness is not built on one season but on decades of commitment. Even when people doubted him, Ronaldo's answer remained the same: work harder. He never complained, never gave excuses. Instead, he focused on improvement, always chasing that tiny percentage of progress that separates the good from the extraordinary. His message was simple but powerful: when people doubt you, work even harder. As time passed, Ronaldo also began to reflect more deeply on his journey. He spoke often about family, discipline, and gratitude. He trained with the same intensity, but his motivation evolved. It was no longer just about proving himself to the world. It was about inspiring others, young players, fans and dreamers who looked up to him. By the time he left Juventus, he had already conquered yet another chapter of football history. He had shown that greatness is not tied to age, talent, or circumstance. It is tied to effort, willpower, and the refusal to stop growing. Ronaldo's story at Juventus was not about extending a career. It was about redefining what was possible for a human being driven by unstoppable belief. Behind the trophies, records, and roaring stadiums, Cristiano Ronaldo is also a man who has faced deep personal pain. His life has not only been about goals and glory but also about love, loss, and the quiet strength that comes from family. In 2022, Ronaldo went through one of the most heartbreaking moments a parent could ever face. He and his partner were expecting twins, but only one child survived. The other, their baby boy, passed away shortly after birth. The news broke hearts around the world. For a man known for his strength and confidence, it was a moment of unimaginable sorrow. Ronaldo shared his pain openly, saying that the loss was the greatest sadness a parent can feel. Yet, even in that darkness, he showed the same strength that had carried him through every challenge since childhood. He continued to play, to train, and to inspire. Football became his way to heal, and every goal he scored was dedicated to the memory of the son he lost. The moment reminded the world that even heroes feel pain, and that true strength is not about never falling, but about standing up again after you do. Off the pitch, Ronaldo's life is centered on family. He often speaks about how being a father changed his view of success. He is deeply involved in the lives of his children, spending time with them, teaching them discipline, and showing them what hard work looks like. For all his fame, he says that hearing his children laugh means more to him than any trophy. Beyond his role as a father, Ronaldo has built a legacy of generosity. He has donated millions of dollars to hospitals, children's charities, and schools around the world. He funded cancer treatments for sick children, helped rebuild homes after disasters, and supported medical research. In 2015, he even paid for the brain surgery of a young boy who needed urgent help. He never seeks attention for these actions. They come from genuine compassion. What makes Ronaldo's story so powerful is that his success never hardened his heart. Despite the fame, he remains humble, often saying that his upbringing in poverty taught him empathy. He understands what it means to struggle, and that understanding drives him to give back. Ronaldo's legacy is no longer limited to football. He is one of the most recognizable athletes in history, but his influence reaches far beyond the game. He represents resilience, discipline, and humanity. For many people, especially young fans, he is proof that greatness is not just about winning. It is about how you handle loss, how you treat others, and how you keep faith when life breaks your heart. In interviews, he often repeats a line that defines his mindset: "Your love makes me strong, your hate makes me unstoppable." Those words capture the essence of his journey. Every criticism turned into motivation, every failure turned into growth, and every tragedy turned into strength. Cristiano Ronaldo's story is not just about a football player who achieved greatness. It is about a man who learned to turn pain into power, fame into purpose, and love into an everlasting legacy. Cristiano Ronaldo's life is a living lesson, a roadmap for anyone who dreams big but feels limited by their circumstances. His journey shows that greatness does not begin with talent or luck. It begins with a decision, the decision to never give up. Ronaldo was not born into comfort or privilege. He was a boy from a small island, raised in a poor family that often struggled to make ends meet. Yet, he refused to let his background define his future. That is the first lesson. Your starting point does not decide where you will end up. What matters most is your hunger to rise. The second lesson is the power of passion and hard work. From his earliest days kicking a ball on the streets of Madeira, Ronaldo treated every moment as an opportunity to improve. He trained longer, ran faster, and pushed harder than anyone else. Even after winning countless trophies, he still practiced free kicks and sprints as if he were a beginner. For him, excellence is not a destination, it is a daily practice. Ronaldo also teaches the importance of humility and the desire to keep learning. Despite all his success, he continues to seek progress. When asked about his mindset, he once said, "I am not the best, but I can always get better." That simple belief keeps him moving forward, even when he has already achieved what others can only dream of. Then comes perhaps his most powerful lesson, turning pain into strength. From facing childhood poverty and health problems to dealing with personal loss, Ronaldo has shown that hardship can either break you or build you. He chose to let it build him. Every doubt, every setback, and every criticism became fuel for his next achievement. For English learners, Ronaldo's story carries a beautiful parallel. Learning a language is like training for football. You will make mistakes, lose confidence, and sometimes want to quit. But every time you practice, every word you learn, every sentence you speak, you are scoring small goals that bring you closer to fluency. Like Ronaldo, you must keep practicing, keep believing, and never stop improving. Ronaldo's journey is more than a sports story, it is a life philosophy. He reminds us that success is not a miracle. It is a combination of discipline, sacrifice, and an unbreakable will. As the legend himself said, success is not luck. It is the result of discipline, sacrifice, and an unbreakable will. Let those words guide you, not only in football or English, but in life. Because when you believe in yourself the way Ronaldo does, there is no limit to what you can achieve.